This week, Parashat Yitro. It's a shir on the Parashat Yitro in the Parashat Matan Torah. When we're seeing the Parashat Matan Torah, it's called Parashat Yitro, not Parashat Moshe Rabbeinu. One would think that this Parashat should be called Parashat Moshe Rabbeinu, because at the end of the day, Moshe Rabbeinu gave the Torah. But the Parashat is Parashat Yitro. Why? Because Yitro, all of his life, he was advertising about Avodah Zarah, idol worshiping, and go after idols. No. Somebody feels something is true and he believes in that. You want to tell him that, no, this is a Chilul Shabbat. That's not the way to keep Shabbat. That's not the way to do this mitzvah. He has resentment. He doesn't want to accept it. No, a lifetime I did that. Now I have to change. I can't change. People say that. Now here, Yitro, it wasn't just personal thing that he believed. He preached, he told people, he went on the podium and told thousands of people, this is the right Avodah Zarah, this is the right worshiping. Now he has to stand up and to say that I was wrong. I made a mistake. Everything was wrong. The real true God is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's very hard. It's very hard. Now, Parashat Kabbalat Torah is Kabbalat Emet. Person has to accept Emet, the truth. That's the Parashat of Kabbalat Torah. And Yitro was a very good example of acceptance of truth. Therefore, the Parashat of Kabbalat Torah is Parashat of Yitro rather than being named after Moshe Rabbeinu. Now, one could ask, what's the most important, if it's not a fair question, but in a way, what's the most important of these 10 commandments? Which one is the most important one? One could think the Emunah, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, and we can go wrong with that, because without the Emunah there is nothing. One could say that maybe Shabbat is the more important. One could say Lo tirsach, don't murder. Some say Lo tinaf, adultery. All of them in a way, Kabet Avicha V'Temecha, all of them give wrong testimony. But it's very interesting, most Mefarshim come along and say the most important one is the one that we have it on the last on the list. We think it's not the front of the list, and that is the Tachmud. A lot of Mefarshim say the most crucial one, the most instructive one, the one that is such an important is the Tachmud. The Torah says, "Lo tachmod betrecha." Don't be jealous. Don't covet the house of your friend. Lo tachmod eshet recha, wife of your friend. Ve'avdo, his servant. Ve'amato, maid servant. Shoro, cows. Chamoro, his donkey. And whatever that your friend has, you should not be jealous of that. Now, the Mefarshim say this is the most important one. Now, why? To see if someone has emunah, but is jealous in his life. Jealousy grows and grows and grows. He gets to a point that he loses the emunah, because he does drastic things that he loses. But somebody is not jealous. He has a good eye. He could see things other people to have. It's not a selfish and self-centered. It's not a bad guy and be selfish and just want himself. Then little by little he gets HaKadosh. He gets to emunah. He gets to everything. Therefore, this is the most crucial one. Now, the question is, this most crucial one is very emotional. The Farshim say, Ben Ezra asked the Kasha, how could you keep it? How could you not be jealous? Jealousy is in the air. How could you not be jealous? It's not, Torah tells us, don't steal. Okay, don't get up, steal. Don't murder, don't get up. Here is emotions. It's not an act. How could Torah know you're responsible for emotions that comes within you and you can't do anything about it? Ibn Ezra says, very interesting point. Ibn Ezra says, it's interesting psychology about jealousy. Ibn Ezra says, how come, imagine somebody lives in a village, is jealous of the daughter of the king, to marry the daughter of the king. Never happens. Never happens. Why not? If you notice and pay attention, jealousy happens only with your colleagues, happens with the people that your colleagues, you feel the same way. You see that somebody has something, you look at one of your friends, one of your colleagues. First you say, oh, very interesting. Then little by little, In other words, it's an irritation a little bit in you. How come he has? It's interesting. Then you feel, how come he has it? Then you feel it can't be normal. It's not normal. Then you think that, really, I know him from childhood. He wasn't a straight person. Then you think, he cheated me also. All of this money came. I had some business with him. He cheated me. The mind grows and grows and grows. But it started with interesting. That interesting, little by little, grows and makes. But if somebody feels, no, it's not shayach to me. It's not. In other words, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wills. That's how the example. Person is not jealous of birds flying. Why not? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu in Meister Bereshit gave wing to the birds and then give it to you. You don't have it. Therefore, all of the jealousy is because you feel you deserve better. You deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. It's a mistake that he has it. Once you feel like that, you develop in yourself more and more, and you come up with the wrong ideas, wrong things, and you accuse him for doing things, little by little grows in your mind. But started with the point that it is shayach to me. And that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying. Don't be jealous. Because I decide which person what to have. Just like I decided the bird have wing and you don't have wing, you are not jealous because it's very far from you. It's not in your territory of thinking. Then what do? You cause problem for yourself. You feel that this house, I could have bought it. His wife, he doesn't deserve such a wife, such a children. What? I know him from childhood. It's not that time. No, it's not your business. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives whatever that he wants to anybody that he wants to give. HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows what to do, and Hashem is in charge. Hashem gave the Hatava, count your own blessing. And, instead of looking at other person, what they has, what doesn't have, look at your own blessing, count your blessing, and be happy with Hashem gave it to you because that's the best for you. And I tell you even deeper than that. What Hashem gives to a person is very good for him, it works out with him. If it goes a little bit higher than that, then it's a poison for him. They say that right now in psychology, the understanding of a person is according to what the makeup of a person is. His hormones, his being could handle it. Now imagine somebody understands much more than what he could handle. If a person IQ becomes deeper than whatever that he could handle, that would be poison for him because that destroys him. That doesn't help him. Whatever that the person needs in his life, wealth, IQ, all of the potential that Hashem gave accordingly. What made the determination of decision? What's the best for him? Whatever that's the best for him, Hashem gave it to him. Now, if you change it a little bit higher, a little bit lower, it's a misery. It would be destroyed. It was interesting. We are jealous of something that thing could kill a person, could destroy a person, would not be good for a person. If it would have been good, Hashem would have given it to you. Now, that is the approach of Ibn Ezra. But Halevi has a different approach. He says, how could we stop jealousy? Jealousy comes, it's emotions. It's the type that the person has. But Halevi says a beautiful mashal. He says, imagine a person has a type of desire for something, and desire becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And he says, I'm going after this type. I want to do it. Then he's going on the way to get to this type of desire. It's a very slippery road full of ice and very slippery and very fearful. In other words, the person would be scared to death. And all of a sudden, the person sees that in this slippery road that he's going, he might fall down from a valley and will be destroyed. The fear comes to him. Once the fear comes to him, it captures him. All of the taiva is not there. All of the fantasy is not there. All of the illusion is not there. All of them fall off. In other words, all of them are destroyed in his mind. The most important thing is that the fear makes him to forget about all of these things. Let's go back. I want my safety. I want to be safe. I don't want. So, but Halevi says, if you think any avera that the person does, anything wrong that the person does, what happens to him? He has to go to Gehinnom. He has to pour himself fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Nothing goes without punishment. Nothing goes without, HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes care of every small thing that the person does. Once you remind yourself the punishment, remind yourself what's going to be at cost of this, freezes the mind. No matter how strong the desire is, cools down. No matter what the motivation for doing the sin is. Once Chazon Ish heard that Bet Halevi said that, he says, Raul Lombo, such an unbelievable Torah, unbelievable understanding, this and that. Now we have to promote our Yirat Hashem, understanding the punishment of our Baruch Hu is there, and through that we could be saved from such a love of Lotachmod, which Mefarshim say is one of the most important one of 10 commandments, because keeping this would help a person to keep all of the other ones.